Hear ye, hear ye. Welcome aboard the Degenerate Economy. This week in the Degenerate Economy. I'm Howard Lindzen, and in going with degeneracy, here we go. So my son Max's girlfriend got me a snuggsy. I don't know why. It's a bike helmet, but I look like Saddam Hussein in this picture, sadly, which is pretty degenerate. As we always start with the Degenerate Economy Index, we can see not much of a change, but we've had a great bounce off this pullback, led by my two largest positions in the Degenerate Economy. Alphabet and Apple and the semiconductors are my three largest positions. And I feel really good about this, and we talk about it in depth in Trends with Friends, but Apple and Google sit on the edge of the degenerate economy. They sit on the edge of AI. They are the edge. And there is no economy without Apple and Google. And so I think it's really interesting that as the whole world talks about anything but Apple or Google, it seems, in tech, they talk about Tesla, they talk about robotics and quantum, et cetera, et cetera. It's really continues to be the companies at the edge, and the companies with the data and the companies with distribution, which are, Apple and Google, that are at all-time highs and carrying my portfolio, right? They are the center point. They are the center point of the degenerate economy. It doesn't show up here, but I did add Amazon yesterday. I'm really excited about where they sit as AI becomes a war. I think they'll be very tough around everything but allowing Anthropic and legitimate partners that they can profit from to scrape and work inside the Amazon ecosystem, and they control the logistics. So I've added Amazon. Kind of boring, but they are also at the center of this degenerate economy. Robinhood announced that they've purchased their way into being their own prediction market, and I don't know what this means for Kalshi if they rip it out completely. But as we talked about last week, Robinhood partnered with Susquehanna, which is a Kalshi investor, to launch their own prediction market, the pipes and the organs to kind of control all the revenue from predictions on their site. And I think one of the most interesting things that I could not have predicted and nobody predicted, which is why Robinhood stock continues to skyrocket, is that in 2025, when you opened up the Robinhood app and searched when the market is closed, that you would see sports scores and crypto movers at the top, but most importantly, sports scores. This goes to show how the melding of sports and finance that has existed for a long time, because it's the same user, but maybe Bloomberg was one of the big first. The terminal was one of the big first indications of this 30 or 40 years ago, to add sports into the terminal. But now here we are in 2025, where sports and finance are pulled together by prediction markets. So let's be honest, very few people saw this on their bingo card predictions for 2025, but this means so much. And it's sending off, whether people use Robinhood or not, they should understand that this is major shockwaves. So let's go then to how the competition is dealing with this. We can see the mad scramble for distribution, because Robinhood has distribution. They have the app. It's on everybody's that's interested in investing's phone. And so they have the distribution, right? They're at the edge of all this, because Android or Google, if you're a trader or a young trader, you already have Robinhood app on your phone. So what is Kalshi and Polymarket going to do about this? They're going to battle for the edge. They're going to battle for distribution, and they're kind of revealing to me, again, to me, they're revealing their true business model. And I don't know if they wanted to do this, but they are doing this. So Kalshi has, in the last few days, partnered with, Polymarket's partnered with StockTwits. Polymarket has partnered with Twitter. Kalshi now has gone out and partnered with CNBC and CNN in the last few days. And I've been saying on the Degenerate Economy for months and months is that Kalshi and Polymarket are more media than they are financial. Now, they're gearing up to be financial companies, obviously, and financially regulated and spending money on reg tech. But really, at the face of it, they're a front end, as they were for Robinhood, and as Polymarket is for other companies. They are front ends, as Polymarket is for ICE. They're front ends for this prediction market. So there's now going to be a mad dash to partner with every media company under the sun. So hard to make a bet here at this point other than Robinhood, but what we're going to watch over the next year or two is what really happens to the valuation of Kalshi and Polymarket as everybody launches these from, DraftKings is going to have theirs, StockTwits will have theirs, and how StockTwits and other companies can benefit from prediction markets. We can become introducing brokers. So whether it's CNBC or CNN, I don't know if CNN or CNBC will do this, but by being an introducing broker, companies in the sports and finance space can get actually paid by being in the transaction for affiliates. So this is a really big moment in the degenerate economy. And kudos to Kalshi and Polymarket for relentlessly pushing this forward. And kudos to Robinhood, obviously, and to the victors go the spoils with their market cap and $130 stock, is for implementing these, seeing it early, taking the heat, taking the arrows from the regulators and from media, and really getting this product out there. I'm getting a ton of calls from people finally saying, what does this all mean? And really, I don't know who the winners are going to be. Obviously, I think Robinhood and companies that don't rely on the cold start problem, companies that already have users like StockTwits, like Twitter, like Reddit, like CNN, like CNBC, are really going to benefit from this new business model that is prediction markets. But I also believe that the valuations of the Kalshi and Polymarkets, as competition comes into this space and as they become more media per se, and I'm not sure about their margins, but as they become more media than financial, I think valuations could come well down. And then most importantly about this is the TAM. So while people may not understand the legal, not legal, the idea that this term is proliferating, right? I hear degenerate economy, and it's not that like a big an idea. It's just one man spreading a term everywhere now from friends in the industry. So imagine at the scale that prediction markets is scaling. So the absolute TAM of predictions as a financial product, as a media product, as an opinion product, as a betting product is just endless right now. So very exciting week for the degenerate economy. We will see everybody next week.